matches to have stayed on the tour, and he said there was no way he was playing in Q School, so he said it's worked in his favour. It's given him new appetite for the game and something to concentrate on.
Yeah, well, that's good news, because he's a class act, as Dominic said. And it's great to see him playing back at somewhere near his best. Of course, he had that run to the European Masters final, lost very narrowly to Mark Selby, just 9-8. He's the type of player that when he's on form and he's flying, you know, he's a handful for anybody. A little bit out with that. I don't know where he's left Ronnie this red into this corner pocket. Doesn't look like it, because Ronnie would have been down on it, sizing it up like a flash. And so he's got away with that one, Martin Gould. Yeah, there you see. But yeah, it's an intriguing match this time, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to it. We had a wonderful match earlier between Ryan Day and Sean Murphy. The standard was top quality, and I think we can expect more from the same.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I do think Ronnie's going to have to up his game from his match yesterday with Jimmy White. I know he won 4-0, but I wouldn't say it was a great performance from him. Jimmy had lots of chances, just was unable to capitalise on them, and Martin Gould is a different kind of an opponent today. So I think Ronnie's going to have to play very well. But it is going to be a very intriguing match. Always hard coming out onto the match table, and obviously Martin Gould plays most of his matches now on the outside tables, whereas Ronnie and a few of the others play every match on the main arena table. And even though they're all supposed to play the same, they don't quite play the same. As you know, you'll be a little bit faster, probably half a table faster, and the lights a little bit higher, cloth a little bit more slip slidey, feels that way. It's all about the start for Martin Gould, I think. One thing he doesn't want to do is let Ronnie O'Sullivan get ahead of steam going.
Yeah, and he's got a score, hasn't he? We all know of Ronnie's capabilities in that department, the best it's ever been. But Martin, to put his opponent under real pressure, he's got to take his chances. Half a chance here for him, a long red. Ronnie kissed the brown full ball, has left the cue ball in bulk. A couple of attempts at long pots. He knew he wasn't going to be leaving anything should he have missed that. So no damage done. But he's one of those players, Martin Gould. He's got a lot of self-belief, you know, and he certainly, you know, he won't be scared of the prospect of taking on the world champion. In fact, he might relish it. He's one of those type of players. And I think Ronnie will know that as well. I mean, Ronnie will give him the utmost respect. He won't be taking liberties against someone like Martin Gould.
Ronnie O'Sullivan's safety game, you'd have to say now, is second to none. He's developed his own way of playing the safety shots. He'd be pleased he's cannoned the green, otherwise the speed of that cue ball is probably going to come off that back cushion and back out of bulk. When I say bulk, that's where you can see the line coming across the table, with a little half circle on it. He's one of the few players, Ken, he plays nearly every safety shot with just a touch aside, doesn't he? Changes the angles, you know, within playing the shots, and he finds different areas within the table that most players seem to play a completely different strategy of playing safety.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to swing the cue ball, doesn't he? Off 3 or 4 cushions. I mean, the safety game has really developed over the years, but I completely agree with you. It's one of the best in the businesses. He can compete with anybody in that department. You know, try and play a bit of safety and try and get a few chances against Ronnie O'Sullivan. It doesn't always work out like that. It's just where he's best at is when he's in around the pink and black. I mean, there's nobody better at making breaks. His touch and his sort of innovation of making break building opportunities. It's just incredible. And the speed of which he does it as well. And particularly in this short sort of frame matches, you know, 10 or 20 minutes, you know, could be a couple of frames down in no time, given the chance. But we're still waiting for a first pot in this frame. It's quite unusual for these two players. We haven't had a ball now, 7 minutes old. Not what we were expecting. But once it gets started, I'm sure we will have fireworks, no doubt. Now, what can he play here? Oh, well, he's hit that completely wrong. Trying to find a gap through the reds. And he's left Martin Gould a really good chance. Yeah, he's trying to miss that red and try and find a gap back to balk while attempting the red. But it's gone very much wrong indeed.
So it's first pot.
1.
To Martin Gould. He has lost the cue ball a little bit there. A lot straighter on the screen than he'd have liked. Lots of cue power, Martin Gould, though. And that's not bad. This red goes past the pink to the
4.
left corner. He struck that last green with real authority. Always a good sign. Nice crisp bit of the cue ball. Now he's in perfect
5.
position. I mean, he'd love to put the black back on the spot, but in doing so, there's a couple of reds just making it a little bit awkward around the black spot, but I'm sure if he could get to a red to get to the black, that's where he'll be going first port of call. It's quite an open table.
10.
Yeah, and I think he's got a good opportunity to get the black on its spot here. And the black will be available. I mean, it looks a little bit congested around the black spot, but it's certainly available into both corner pockets. So you can just stun this red in with the rest, and once he's off the cushion on the right hand side here, you can get this black back on its spot. Well, I'm a little bit surprised
11.
there. Thought he had enough of angle on that red, just a stun towards the right hand side of the table and get on the black. Okay, he's still okay. I mean, he can play the blue or the pink here. It's a little bit more difficult than he would have liked. So the first sort of pressure shot this is with the rest. Just off straight, shouldn't be a problem. This is with the rest. Just off straight, shouldn't be a problem. But or any of these top players, it can be. He may have wished he should have played for the black earlier. Now can Ronnie get the black on its spot? Once again, just gotta, when potting this red, just gotta avoid the red just to the right of it. He's gotta dig into the cue ball to widen the angle here.
One.
That's pretty good. And this is the difference, isn't it, Darren? Once that black is on its spot and it's available.
8.
You've got reds around it. He's just come around to have a quick look. But this is where Ronnie O'Sullivan is at his imperious best.
He was looking, wasn't he, then, to see when he plays this black,
9.
how much room he's got to leave himself to be able to get through to the red bottom of the 2 to that right corner. He's played a clever little shot there. It was that tight. He's played the roll through the cannon that out the way. So one good shot now and he's in real
60.
business. He's got a nice little angle on this red. Just roll through off the one cushion.
17.
Now it's all opened right up for Ronnie. I think Martin Gould missed the trick, as you said, Ken, a couple of shots ago. Now he's got to sit in his chair and watch this.
24.
Yeah, it didn't look too
25.
difficult. Now to just come in the frame from one visit.
32.
And even though Ronnie O'Sullivan, I know, hasn't performed his best as yet, but you're sort of waiting for, you know, a big performance from him.
$40.
Looked pretty good in his opening match, but against Jimmy White, I suppose. Oh, he's missed that, has he? Has it gone in? Oh,
41.
well, he could have easily stayed out if it had been a bit more pace on that. Yeah, I think that's one of those, one of these shots. As we see this red again, now any bit more pace, and that's not going
48.
in.
49.
When he was playing Jimmy White, it's always difficult because they know each other so well. They work together, you know, as sort of co-analysts. So it's difficult. It's a sort of difficult match for Ronnie O'Sullivan in lots of ways. It's very hard to
54.
be fully focused and concentrated. But from first impressions, Darren, he looks really
55.
sort of on it today, straight away.
Yes, he does. I did ask him a question after he finished his match with Jimmy yesterday, you know, did he feel that he was really awkward and hard, because obviously they're big friends, and he's
62.
kind of said, you know, he loves Jimmy, they grew up together, and now went starting his career off, and he sort of dismissed it a little bit and sort of said, well, no, not really, I don't really play what Jimmy does, you know, all I'm interested in is what I'm doing working with Steve Peters and that. But I'm with you, Ken. I think yesterday was an horrible match for him, because, you know, he wouldn't have wanted to have made Jimmy look stupid in any shape nor form, so that would have been one that he was glad it was out the way, but he's taken his first frame, even though that red hasn't gone in. Ronnie Gould is coming back to the table. So barring Snookers, he is going to be one frame up.
One.
You know, has to be said that break of Ronnie's there could have all been Martin Gould's if he'd gone down the route that you'd suggested with the black. Well, no, Martin's feeling good. Like I said, I talked to him before he came out.
8.
And we can see here now, I mean, he's perfect there, just to stun across past the face of the Reds. He's played the more difficult shot to drag back to the run, just under it, the cue ball. I mean, if he gets on the right side of the blue, then no damage done, but pink was tricky with the rest. But now he's missed that red. I think this is going to be the end.
One.
Oh, we see a exhibition shot from Ronnie. Round the table with a cue ball. No, we're going to have to leave them to Judd Trump.
8.
Just going to punch the red up and down the table, white in behind the black. I think Martin Gould will give the concession.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 8.
Nod of the head.
And the frame.
Suggest he does. So Ronnie O'Sullivan will be feeling a little bit happier. Nice help with a nice of a 70 break.
He'd like to get a... I think if he got the opportunity again, he definitely would have tried to get on the black last time, but he's got to forget about that now and just hope when the next opportunity comes along that he'll be able to take it. He has been playing well this season. Such a quick scorer, Martin Gould himself. I mean, he doesn't mess around in the average shot time stats. That one just come slightly awry. Now, will Ronnie O'Sullivan take this long red on? He could take it on in such a way where he's not really... He could only possibly leave the one that he takes on. But he's playing a little bit of safety, and there's an example of the respect that Ronnie O'Sullivan has for his opponent. On another day, he may have taken on the red, left of the pink into this bottom left-hand corner pocket.
Thanks, Martin.
Well, he's played a really good telling safety shot. Okay, big target of the Reds to hit, and he may be on a little edge of this red down the left-hand side, which he is. Oh, good shot, good return.
Could see then with all the side that Ronnie had on that shot. Caught the reds thin. Loads of right hand side to change the angle of the cue ball coming off that top cushion. Target the brown and the green. Just needs the cue ball to travel. And it looks just about perfect. Maybe just slip through so Ronnie can get this red to the right corner. Can't imagine for 1 minute he's gonna play the pot, but there is a shot he could play to the right corner and try and drag the cue ball over and cannon the black. Keeping it tight. Can't blame him. Would have been a big shot, in fairness, to have gone for that one to the right corner.
Yeah, but it's a second shot he's refused, isn't it? Long ball. He's playing it very, very tight indeed. Showing a lot of respect to his opponent. Gould's going to take this red on. He's taking it on because he can pot the black into the pocket where his hand is. Lovely shot.
1.
Never afraid to take on a big shot, Martin Gould, for sure. And that was a good opener. Now he can play a little cannon under red, just directly above the black here. And then have a couple of reds into this left-hand corner pocket. Oh, Martin. Oh, that's not good.
Martin Gould. 1.
Okay, he may have got away with it as he on a red into this left corner pocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. But that was a bad miss for Martin Gould. It was a much more difficult opening red than that particular black. Maybe the fact that he was concentrating on the cannon. He just took his eye off the pot slightly. Is there a gap? No, there is, so he hasn't got away with it. That could prove very costly for Martin Gould indeed. Lovely little shot there. Because the red was in line with the right centre pocket. So he's played a delicate little cannon. Have a look at this shot. Purposely trying to hit this red just to move it out of the way.
1.
The line of pot for the blue into the right centre. Now, try and get the black on its spot ASAP.
Six. Seven.
And if the red to the right of the black spot is potable into this bottom left hand corner pocket, he'll come around and have a look now. He's also having a look at the red maybe into the left centre. But the red just to the right of the black spot as we look, if that is potable into the left corner, he'd like to get that one out of the way. Not quite sure. We won't know until the black is respotted. Rest is a little bit awkward, so he's going to switch to his left hand. We'll be bridging over the bunch. It's not quite comfortable for him, so back with the rest.
Problem with that shot wasn't the Ken.
40.
You can see there how tight it is. Extremely tight. I think the red will go, but I think he'd need to be right behind it, so he's electing to take the red just above the black. So have to go back down for the blue.
15.
Again, another very clever shot. Use the cannon on the red to get his position onto the blue. All of a sudden, this is looking like another great chance to build a significant lead or to run out this frame with this opportunity.
20.
Obviously, he's a long way to go, but he's in perfect position and the balls are great.
21.
Yeah, from that last shot there, and how important it was to just move that red out of the line of the blue into the right middle, because he had to play the blue into the right middle a couple of shots ago.
28.
Such a clever player, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's always
29.
thinking so many shots ahead. How he can win the frame in one visit with the greatest of ease. And he's such a genius at that. Now just have a look at the red. Now he's playing this. It doesn't look like a nothing shot, but
36.
that's opened the blue into both middle pockets. And he's had to use that blue into the... He looks to be very focused indeed.
44.
Such a quick thinker, isn't he, Ken? You know, when you're playing, you've all got like, when the balls are there all over the table, got a map in your head of which way you're going to go to clear the table and to compile your break. Obviously things change when he moves a bit of
45.
position. But Ronnie O'Sullivan seems to get that clear image of the way he's going to go. It's instant. So it makes him so fast and attractive to watch. A lot of players seem to
50.
take longer in focusing in on the road map that they need.
51.
Yeah, he does it so quickly. Now this could be the key shot here. May have to play a little cannon into the reds and pink here just to develop another one or two. How's your look? It's okay. Beautiful shot. And that's opened all 5 reds.
56.
56 the break, 55 ahead. So I need another couple of reds and colours.
57.
Well, that was a beautiful little shot there, that little cannon into the pink. Quick look at the scoreboard. Just have a look at this shot. He's digging down into the cue ball. He's got to hit the pink. A little bit of left-hand side. And didn't have to use a lot of pace, which is beautiful touch. So just
62.
this red to secure the frame.
$63.
And now we can concentrate on maybe clearing the table, keep his opponent in his chair. Trying to make maybe another century, add to his great
66.
list of century breaks, well over the 1,000 now.
67.
Achieved that last season. He's only made one in this tournament so far, but that's
73.
going to improve. We've had
74.
59 centuries in the Welsh Open so far. This is, I'm trying to take the red off the side cushion here. Oh, just took his eye off the black.
74.
Trying to take the red off the side cushion, but Martin Gould stays in his chair, says that's enough to the referee, Brendan Moore. So the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan, was taken off. He leads Martin Gould by 2 frames to 0.
Thank you to third frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Two and a tad frames. Really needs to score something just to settle himself down and to get a foothold in this match. No time like the present. So there's 3 or 4 reds out in the open. We can concentrate on first. On the side spin taking part. That's a sign he's not feeling 100%, playing for the blue. And now he's got another good positional shot in and out of ball. Well, that's gone wrong, but if the cue ball slows down, well, he's got a shot at this red. It's a thin snick to the right corner, but I thought he was going to finish nicer on it then, but obviously he wanted to miss the green.
Foul.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Martin Gould.
Unfortunate on one hand,
107.
but he put himself in trouble with the bad positional shot on his previous. Worrying signs for Martin Gould. He knows his opponent is in top form, breaks a 70 and 74, so when he's getting his chance, he's converting with one visit. That's the problem, isn't it, Ken? When you're only getting a few chances here and there, you've really got to make them count.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just a little bit surprised. I mean, I said he's a confident player and he's got great confidence in his ability, but a couple of times, I mean, that first frame he didn't get on the black when he possibly should have done, and even just there when he played that red with a lot of check side, he could have held for the black and decided to go up for the blue, and of course he was running out of position. Ball's gone away from the main reds, and he could have been a little bit more positive and playing that red for the black instead of the blue, and he would have been put himself in a better position to try and develop some reds and maybe make a big break. But at the moment, doesn't look as confident as we thought he might. Such fine margins in this game, in any sport at the top level, but particularly in snooker, because if you don't take your chances, and they don't come around very often, particularly when you're playing the 6 times world champion, and you've got to sit in your chair then and wait.
It's a different Ronnie O'Sullivan today though, Ken, isn't it? You know, this is the way he played in his first round match. I mean, yesterday against Jimmy White, he was a little bit out of sorts, and I think that was mainly down to He's playing one of his best friends and someone he's looked up to all his career. But he's on song today.
Yeah, I think he looks good.
Yeah.
Really. Played well at the Masters. Came unstuck against, of course, John Higgins. Semi-finals, but there was certainly signs that he was playing a lot better before Christmas. It didn't look like he was playing that well, and that really didn't have the same sort of focus. But there's another piece of evidence of how well he's cueing. Struck that superbly well. In fact, probably hit it too well. He wanted to be a little bit straighter on the blue into the right centre pocket. May still play the blue, but now he has to possibly play a little cannon to try and hold it, or maybe just miss the pack. But may have to play a little cannon on this red here just to hold the cue ball, which he's done.
6.
Black is slightly out of commission. Well, have a look at his first shot. That was just wonderful.
7.
And effortless as well. And have a look at the reaction he gets on the cue ball here. And that's all striking and timing. Wonderful shot, wasn't it?
Yes, he probably hit it too good, hasn't he? Left himself.
30.
And in the early years, Ken, you couldn't really argue against. He was a little bit temperamental. You could sort of tend to get at him a little bit, and sometimes he gives the opinion he didn't want to get involved. And obviously, with working with Steve Peters over the years, he's a different kind of animal on the snooker table these days.
He certainly is, Darren. And look at that. That was another wonderful pot. That was quite an acute angle, that pink. But immediately
90.
playing for the pink, which means knowing full well the pink spot was covered, that it had to go on the black spot, and that's going to help his cause here. He still needs another good pot here. Yeah, it was just a little bit awkward.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Probably
90.
might have been better playing for the pink into the same pocket, because you're not playing with as much pace. So he's trying to. It's really the pace there that's caused him to miss that. You don't cue it as smoothly when you have to inject that extra bit of pace into the cue ball.
One.
Good pot for Martin Gould now. Time to go to work for Martin here. Really gonna take the most of this opportunity. I've got a few reds to work with. I've got to bring the cue ball down this left hand side of the table for a couple of reds. This doesn't look good at all. He really had to come down the left hand side of the table. There's a red at the bottom
3.
of that bunch of 4. There's the red on the black spot if he overhits it. It's a poor shot. And the break.
The chances have been
Martin Gould, 3.
very few this afternoon. But when he has been gifted them, he just hasn't scored enough to take any part in this match really at the moment. Obviously that can change. And that wasn't the best safety that Ronnie's ever played. I think he thought in playing that red it would cannon the other red nearest that left corner pocket. Just another chance for Martin Gould, albeit not an easy one. Straight into the middle of the pocket.
One.
Maybe a confidence builder. So as Ken said earlier, big target now with these two reds near the black spot. He's made sure he's hit it hard enough this time, and he's played that very nicely indeed.
3. Four.
Now the red looks very close to the black spot, and pink's going to go in front of the three reds. I think there'll still be enough room for the pink to pot in the corner in the middle pocket. If not, it's going to get very, very awkward for Martin Gould to score from here. And I think
10.
that is going to be very tight, so unless he thinks he can get on the pink really good, we might see him just try and flick the black towards the corner pocket off this one while he's playing it with top. So obviously the pink does go.
11.
He's played it like it goes to the right corner. He could have done with a little angle on it, and he's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Just to roll through and develop them three reds, but he's dragged back. It's funny where we sit in, looked at that red, it doesn't look like it'll go
7.
into the right corner, but obviously the way he's played it is it'll fly in there.
Yeah, those two reds just below the pink, they're the ones that he's going to have to develop into potting opportunities. He's got to get top side of the pink here. It's
18.
not good. Didn't want to catch that red. Okay, still on the blue, but once again, cue ball is going to be travelling a little bit more distance. Just wanted to avoid this red when screwing back.
When he was on the pink, Ken, with it perfect, I know the red at the back went after, but when he was on that pink, it was only a little sort of stun run through to develop the three reds, and the pink's all in the clear, the three reds are in the clear. Whereas obviously now, this has gone again slightly awry for him. He's a lot further away from
23.
this next red. I think he missed a trick there with that pink and the little three reds. Obviously you don't snooker yourself on the pink, he was still on it, but he's making hard work of these efforts.
24.
Yeah, once again, just a little bit heavy-handed with the cue ball. He's got to, can't go into the two reds beside the pink, so he's got to try and drop it in off this top cushion, side cushion, try and land behind this red on the left-hand side, or try and knock it out. Yeah, he's not got the
29.
cue ball on a string at the moment. You see positional success 67%, Ronnie O'Sullivan up to 98. That's the difference in the break building department of the match so far.
Martin Gould, 29.
But he's got a nice 19-point lead. He's got a good cue ball. I think it'd be a good choice for Ronnie to take this safe red off the cushion. He's just got to be careful he doesn't knock it towards a corner pocket. He's played it pretty good. And he's got a good cue ball as well. So that sort of puts a bit more pressure on his opponent because the reds are open now. Now, does he take this red on? This red pots into the right centre pocket. But, wow, it's tough. It's almost straight. It's tight to the cushion. And these middles are tight as pockets on the table. Have a look at this. How good does he have to cue this? Oh, it's close, wasn't it? Unlucky. It wasn't. Does the red pot past the yellow? I'll be surprised if it does, because maybe. Well, it does. I didn't think it would, because that's why he took it on. He didn't think he'd be leaving anything easy, so it's a half chance for Ronnie. Not easy. Oh, that's beautifully, beautifully cued. Just watch his back arm here, how he just strokes it. He's gone down for the red just below the pink. He may play this left-handed.
5.
Yeah, perfectly
6.
in. Now what sort of an angle has he got? Needs an angle on the yellow. Well, what a shot he's played there. I mean, he couldn't have placed the cue ball any better with his hand. He's got a beautiful angle on the yellow. He can just nudge this red over the left centre pocket. Doesn't need it to hit it too hard. And have a look at that. What a beautiful shot. And now, the previous red, Darren, left-handed, absolutely perfect. And that was a beautiful little cannon to develop the red as well.
Well, he's so good, and he with both hands, you know. Obviously, he's not as good with his left as he is with his right, but he's so competent now in that area. I mean, in the early years, he wouldn't play left-handed because his opponents and that, but he realised after, well, hang on, I'm stronger with that than I am with the rest, so why don't I play left-handed? And since he's been doing it, it's fantastic to watch. It's you know, it's quite unbelievable that someone can be so good just swapping at the
30.
drop of an hat, hand to hand.
Yeah, it's incredible talent. Now this is the big shot. And it's not easy, this green. It's not a gimme. He's got to pot it and try and get out for the brown as well. Permissible.
16.
You see the degree of difficulty was quite high with that green, and particularly with the amount of pace he was putting in to try and get out for the brown. Another big shot, brown into the left centre, around the angles for the blue. Oh.
20.
Oh. Doesn't get much better than that. Quick look at the scoreboard. He's 1 point ahead, so he's going to need blue and pink. It's there. And is he on
25.
the pink? He certainly is. And what a clearance this is, Darren. Wonderful stuff.
Absolutely fantastic. It has to be said, Martin Gould, he has had a couple of chances, even though they've been few. He just hasn't scored enough with them. Ronnie O'Sullivan, or the
31.
clearance he's done here
Frame.
to take this
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
third frame. Martin Gould just leaving him to compose his thoughts, but he'll be very disappointed. He thought he'd had that one in the bag, but Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his lead, now leads 3 frames to 0.
Frame 4. Martin Gould to break.
Yes, and welcome back. It's going to be all uphill for Martin Gould. Needs all 4 remaining frames. And particularly losing that previous frame to Ronnie O'Sullivan when he had some good chances. that will have hurt the most. Possible long red here for Ronnie. Avoiding pink, avoiding the black and back up for balk.
1.
Lovely shot. Needs a little kiss on the yellow just to hold the cue ball. And it's not too bad. Excellent pot though. Ominous signs when Ronnie O'Sullivan starts knocking those ones in. Trying to get on the red beside the black. Not by way of a little kiss like that, but it certainly helped. Nice little bit of luck. He still would have been on the red anyway had he have missed the other red. I'll have a look at this for a good cutback. Trying to avoid that red on the way down. Oh, nicely on this red. And you'd like to take this red because this one is in the way of the black spot. Using the pack to hold the cue ball. And staying
4.
on the black as well. Wonderful shot.
$11. 12.
It's been a very focused Ronnie O'Sullivan this afternoon. I mean, that is great pot success, 96%. Martin Gould's
19.
77%. He's missed a couple. He hasn't had a lot of chances. And he just hasn't made
20.
enough when he's got in. But what a shot we've just seen there again. I mean, they don't come much better than this. Loads of top, follow through. That's as good as it gets.
Well, it's just fantastic, isn't it? And there's another good one. I mean, that's cueing at its ultimate best. Both those last two shots.
27.
You've got to really stay so still and get through the cue ball to generate that much pace around the two cushions back for the reds. And the way he's playing, I mean, Martin may not be coming back to the table. I mean, all he did was just break off in this frame.
28.
And in a few shots, Ronnie O'Sullivan got all the reds in the open. And the signs are ominous.
33.
Match time less than an hour.
34.
He obviously felt he needed a little bit of good practice, and particularly against a top quality opponent, to maybe sharpen him up, Ronnie
41.
O'Sullivan. And that's why maybe he sort of contacted Martin Gould to have a few frames with him in a few days practice. It certainly
42.
looked like it's worked in Ronnie O'Sullivan's favour, because he looks very, very sharp indeed, cueing beautifully, very focused.
He also played, didn't he, Ken, last week in that the round
49.
robin league. You know, played quite a few matches against the top players.
50.
He had his scoring boots on before he got beat in the final of that particular group. And I think in one match, 1-0 down, he had 3 centuries on the trot. So he's come here knowing he's in good form and he's
57.
put the work in. Whereas I think last couple of tournaments he's been first to say that
58.
he hasn't really done any practice other than turning up, you know, at the matches, and that was his practice. I mean, we haven't seen yet this time when he won snookers You know, he was playing the games out, wasn't he? Now he seems to be, once the game normally is ended, you know, conceding the frame. He's not doing what he was, going like for 4 snookers with, you know, blue, pink and black left on the table.
Yeah, I think before Christmas, you know, he got into
65.
sort of a little stage where he wasn't practicing, he wasn't putting in the hours in, and thought like he just do his practice at tournaments, but he soon found out that you just can't do that at this level against, no matter how good you are, even if you are Ronnie O'Sullivan, you still got to put the hours in, and that's what he's done. He's realised that, because he had a couple of
73.
heavy defeats before Christmas and just wasn't
74.
his usual self, and that would have hurt him. So he's gone away, he's gone back to the practice table, and this is the result. This has been a sublime performance from Ronnie O'Sullivan today.
81.
The only thing that's missing is a century
82.
break. Martin Gould, well, he's had his chances. He broke off in this frame. He's sat in that chair ever since, but he can't complain. He just didn't take the opportunities that were presented to him, but Ronnie O'Sullivan certainly has done that.
Thank you. 88. 9.
Break goes to 89.
96. 97.
The stuff
103.
the world champion has produced
104.
this afternoon. That's century number 1088 for Ronnie O'Sullivan in his career, Darren. What a list of achievements that is.
111.
It is, what a crazy amount, and what's it going to end on? You know, once he finishes his career, you have to take a guess. It's probably closer to 1500 than not.
Yeah, quite incredible. Stephen Hendry, of course,
130.
held the accolade for many, many years on 775, but being well surpassed now by Ronnie O'Sullivan.
160.
I just like the way his attitude has been right from the first ball today, Ronnie O'Sullivan. His safety has been top quality, he's concentrated, he's wanted to play, given every
20.
shot 100% concentration, and a high regard and respect for his opponent as well. He sort of kept them cold.
125.
When he's got his chance, he's duly taken it. But this is a wonderful finish to a superb performance. Pink around the table. 4 cushions. Will it reach?
131.
It certainly will. And black for a total clearance of 138 from the world champion. Absolutely imperious stuff from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Top quality. Martin Gould missed opportunities, but very hard to stop the world champion. He's into the last 16. He beats Martin Gould by 4 frames to 0.